This is our presentation called Moving Beyond Transitional Bilingual Education, an Advocacy Proposal by Betsabe Luna and Eliza Osorio.
Okay, guys, so Betsabe explained to you the title of our proposal. We just wanted to show you a picture of the website of the school that we will be focusing on, which is the James Weldon Johnson School, and that's in East Harlem, my neighborhood in New York City. So just a few facts about the school itself. As we said, the school is PS/MS 57, James Weldon Johnson School, East Harlem. So that means it's a K through 8th grade school. The student population currently is mostly Hispanic. We have 67% Hispanic students, 27% African American students, 4% Asian, and 3% Caucasian. Why are these numbers important? It's related actually to the language programs that they have right now. Currently, they have a transitional bilingual education program, which mostly, for the most part, services the Hispanic students who don't know English at this point yet, and they're trying to get them to learn English. As of now, right now, there are no bilingual education programs in terms of the other populations, and it's a shame because from personal experience, I know that the Asian and Caucasian populations are especially growing in the neighborhood of Spanish Harlem. So pretty soon they're going to have to address some sort of bilingual education program that services all students and not just the Hispanic population. So, as we've been reading about in class and discussing in the discussion board, we know the differences between transitional bilingual education programs and dual language bilingual education programs. Basically, the whole point of our advocacy proposal is to address all students in the school. We feel that a dual language program would better serve all students within this population over the transitional program that they currently have. So that's our focus, moving beyond this transitional program that they have and going into something that services all students. So some of the differences that we've been speaking about. We know that transitional bilingual education programs are subtractive in nature. They're monoglossic, and they encourage total immersion in English or are very pro-English, which we've seen in other states also, such as California and Arizona, where there's this whole pro-English movement going on right now. However, we also know that dual language programs target all students. So in terms of dual language programs, we know that it services all students within the population, not just the English learning students, where native English speakers tend to learn a new language, and at the same time, non-native English speakers or emergent bilinguals will learn English in addition to their native language at the same time. So that is part of our reasoning why we would like to push for this kind of program instead of transitional bilingual education. Another reason is we've been reading that these students who are enrolled in dual language programs and who are able to access both of their languages or 2 or more languages given to them test better in standardized testing. They test better in terms of academic testing and standardized testing. They do better than their peers who only are in English language programs or 1 language programs.
So now that Eliza has spoken to you about our rationale for wanting a dual language program at James Weldon Johnson School in East Harlem, I'm going to talk to you about some of the strategies we're going to use to promote this kind of program at the school. Initially, we want to conduct some quantitative and qualitative assessments to get a better sense of the current attitudes held by teachers, staff, and parents and students regarding bilingual education. This will give us a better idea of how to broach the topic of creating a dual language program by targeting their specific attitudes and concerns. And we also wanted to assess the linguistic needs of the students to get a better understanding of how the dual language program and the school as a whole can better meet the needs of all the students. After that, we want to conduct a presentation/meeting with the entire school staff. And at this meeting, we want to discuss again, the benefits of bilingualism and dual language programs in general, we want to present our research findings, explaining differences between transitional bilingual education programs and dual language programs. And in doing that, we want to present the outcomes of transitional and dual language bilingual education programs as they relate to student achievement, language maintenance and acquisition, and the promotion of multiculturalism. As you already know, transitional bilingual education programs promote monolingualism, whereas dual language programs promote bilingualism. And at this meeting, we also want to discuss the resources that will be necessary to run a dual language program at the school, such as recruiting new qualified teachers, providing ongoing professional development for the existing staff members, and buying materials such as books, activities, and videos in both English and Spanish. We also want to discuss funding with the school staff. We're hoping to use funds that are already allocated to the school, and also create proposals for new private and public grants. We are looking to explain to them how in transitional bilingual education programs and other traditional forms of education, English language learners or emergent bilingual students are labeled as a problem, and they're relegated to special education status, so it means that the school has to provide extra services for them. Whereas if these students receive instruction in their native languages as well as English as part of the dual language program, then they wouldn't need these extra services, and the money for the services could be allocated to funding the dual language program. Also, we want to conduct a presentation or / meeting with the parents, and the same thing we did at the staff presentation, we want to explain a rationale for running this program at the school, discuss the benefits of bilingualism and dual language programs in general, also present research findings explaining differences between transitional and dual language programs, present the outcomes to them as well in terms of student achievement, language maintenance, acquisition, and promotion of multiculturalism for both transitional and dual language programs. And also with the parents, we want to examine their common beliefs that they have about transitional bilingual education programs and dual language programs, and address their fear about their children's English language development as it relates to their academic success. At the parents' meeting, we also want to emphasize that the program will be inclusive of all the students at the school, not just a select few. And we want to show them a video of a dual language program operating at a different school so they have an idea of what is expected of our program. So that pretty much concludes our presentation, and we hope you enjoyed it.